Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. I am Rod Merrill. I'm the principal here at Mount Vernon High School. I'm giving you about an 8-minute warning, and I want to just quickly describe what you're going to see tonight. You will, the first people that will come in will be the staff here at Mount Vernon High School. We're all in these very warm robes, and you can tell where people went to school based on the colors of their hood. And you can also tell which degrees they have based on the sleeves. Because I have a master's degree, I get the really cool Harry Potter sleeves. You will also see some people who have their doctorates, and they have a little bit of they get a really special robe if they get their doctorate. Hopefully you're on the correct side that your graduate is in. When they come in, we will ask you all to stand and remain standing as all the graduates come in. We've been practicing this, so we're really excited about it. We realize it's warm, but it could be warmer. And Perry and the debate club have water if you need it. And then I always like to warm up the crowd with one of my favorite jokes. And it's kind of a college thing, and all my friends here know that I'm a very big Washington Husky fan, so thank you. Go Dogs. So what do University of Washington and WSU students all have in common? They all apply to the University of Washington. Thank you. I'll be here all week. I know, that's a tough crowd. So please get ready. We think we have a great show, and we will be with you in just a few minutes.
2017. Welcome, friends, family, staff, and graduates. It is my privilege to introduce the amazing MVHS Mariachi Band under the direction of Omar Ordonez as they perform the Star-Spangled Banner. Please join me in facing the flag here on the stage during the presentation of our anthem. Thank you all for joining us tonight to celebrate this incredible event. This ceremony is what we have been working tireless for throughout our schooling career, and tonight we get to celebrate our successful completion of this chapter of our lives. We would like to give a special thank you to everyone involved in putting this event together and making this night feel extra special. For nearly a century, it has been a Bulldog tradition to have the top academic students speak at graduation. It is my privilege to introduce the top 2 academic students of the class of 2017. These 2 students took so many advanced placement classes that their adjusted grade point averages were above a 4.0. Their diligence and academic proficiency has earned them the celebrated titles of Valedictorian and Salutatorian. Salutatorian Matthew Giles is son of Diane and Scott Giles. Matthew pushed himself in and outside of class by taking a rigorous schedule of courses, as well as being involved in our cross-country team and our most advanced choirs. I have had the pleasure of knowing Matthew since our freshman year. He is one of the most determined people I know. He is constantly excited to learn and striving to push himself. While many people tend to do things to get the A, Matthew always went beyond that. His success was driven by a desire to gain as much knowledge as possible and to prove his mastery of that information. It is no surprise that he is already achieving big things, as he will be attending Harvard in the fall. I proudly welcome Salutatorian Matthew Giles.
First off, I'd like to thank all of our parents, teachers, friends, and everyone who helped us along the way. We couldn't have made it here without your support. Secondly, a little disclaimer. Oh, okay. Secondly, a little disclaimer. I haven't been around for long, so I'm probably not qualified to give life advice. But I have noticed a few things during my short time here, and tonight I'm going to share one of them. The world needs more mad scientists. Of course, I don't mean this literally, and I'm not connoting evil plans or world's domination either. What I do mean is that all mad scientists possess certain qualities that form what I think is a good toolkit to carry with yourself as you take the next steps in life. To begin with, mad scientists refuse to be paralyzed by failure. It can be easy to lose perspective and only focus on the risks associated with failure. Humans tend to prefer avoiding losses over acquiring equivalent gains. Here's an example. Would you rather have a $5 discount or avoid a $5 fine? Weighting the fear of failure more than the promise of success can prevent us from trying something new. Mad scientists teach us to avoid this trap, however. Sure, there may be risk and uncertainty in a new path, but every opportunity has some level of risk associated with it. Let's embrace failure for all it can teach us. Now, failure isn't strictly necessary for success, but it's virtually unavoidable. And I learned this lesson from my experience in robotics and electronics. In those fields, nothing seems to work the first time, so debugging is a crucial part of the design process. In other words, things don't work until you make them work, so projects are usually a long string of failures until you get the desired result. But when something breaks, you're forced to analyze the problem and see exactly what is causing it. And by going through this process, you will have learned something. Each iteration and failure takes you closer to your goal. As Einstein said, failure is success in progress. Now, one definition of mad is overcome by desire, eagerness, enthusiasm, excessively or uncontrollably fond. This definition brings me to perhaps the most important piece of the toolkit. All mad scientists have a strong inner drive and motivation. This doesn't have to be a plan to thwart your nemesis. It should be your inner driving force, whatever motivates you to work towards your goals. For me, it is curiosity. Many of my successes in school stem from my curiosity and eagerness to learn. My curiosity led me to work hard to learn, build strange, new, and semi-useless gadgets, and stay up late at night during a Wikipedia binge that started from solar energy and ended up at velociraptors of all places. Wikipedia is a wonderful place. My curiosity also led to great personal growth when I built my Tesla coil for my culminating project. For those of you that don't know, a Tesla coil is a type of transformer that works at high frequencies and generates extremely high voltages. Some larger coils can generate electric arcs several feet long, essentially making a small lightning storm. It was a challenging project, but when I emerged with a working coil, I had gained great understanding about electronics and electromagnetism. One might say it was a rather transformative experience. My test subjects, on the other hand, found it quite shocking, to say the least. Needless to say, I can't resist playing with high voltage, and I need to be careful to conduct myself properly around powerful electric arcs. With all this talk about Tesla coils, I have to mention Nikola Tesla, a great inventor and true mad scientist of the late 19th and early 20th century. An eccentric fellow to begin with, he was not afraid to disregard the status quo and work in rather unorthodox manners. This is yet another piece of the toolkit. Blindly accepting the status quo cannot bring about progress, as new ideas cannot come about without challenging previously held assumptions. So don't be afraid to move in a new direction when others refuse the idea of change. This revolutionary attitude brought Tesla great success, and his innovations transformed the world. He revolutionized the electrical power industry with ideas of alternating current, and he developed multi-phase power and AC induction motors, amongst many, many other things. Along with all of this, he had great visions for the future, and he imagined a world where electricity and communications are transmitted wirelessly through the air. You see all those fancy wireless chargers on the market? Nikola Tesla already thought of that a century ago. This is exactly what I mean by being like a mad scientist. To get the most out of opportunities, don't be afraid to fail, take risks when necessary, and don't be afraid to move in a new direction when others blindly refuse change. Most importantly, carry your passion with you. You have no idea where it can lead you. Never give up. Who knows, maybe these attitudes will take you all the way to world domination. Thank you, and good luck in all of your futures.
Valedictorian Caleb Lovinger is son of Sean and Melanie Lovinger. In the fall, Caleb will be heading to California to attend Harvey Mudd. Caleb excels in everything he sets his mind to, whether that is taking virtually every AP class imaginable or being an outstanding leader within the school community. Among other things, he played football for all 4 years of high school and was a member of the senior class senate. I'm so grateful to have gotten to know him personally throughout our time as Bulldogs. As well as being outstanding academically, Caleb is an amazing person. He never fails to make his classes laugh and is able to bring humor to topics that can seem dull. He always shoots for the stars, literally. If you know Caleb, you know that he has very high aspirations of venturing beyond our planet. None of us would be surprised if he led the charge to Mars and beyond. Please welcome Valedictorian Caleb Lovinger.
I'm going to speak from right here. Okay. Before I begin, I'd like to just give thanks to some people. First off, a special thank you to my mom, dad, and sister, without whom I would not be standing here before you all today. Thank you, and I love you. I'd like to also thank the staff of Mount Vernon High School on behalf of all graduates here today. None of us would be where we are now if it weren't for all the time and effort that was dedicated to bettering us not only as students, but as individuals, helping prepare us for the world. And I'd like to give an extra special thanks to Paul Hope for putting up with the tomfoolery and shenanigans that occurred in physics over the last couple of years, especially the microwave incident. Joseph, Ahmed, Ryan, Matthew, you guys know what I'm talking about? Greetings, fellow classmates, and might I say, congratulations. Let's take a breath and feel this electricity together. We should be proud of what we've accomplished. We're all in this hot, stuffy gym today because we all made it through 13 years of schooling and overcame much adversity along the way. We made it together. This is a time filled with many different emotions. Many of us are feeling sadness as everything is coming to an end. Yet we are also feeling happiness to start a new journey. Fear of what could go wrong in the future, yet excitement of what we hope goes right. As a wise poet and philosopher once said, tick-tock, the time is always ticking. I'm just trying to get it how I want to live it. That was a shout out to Isa, for those of you who know. We go through life being told to set goals for our future selves, to persevere through adversity, and always have our eyes on the prize so that we can one day achieve our dreams. But we often fail to realize how quickly life passes before us as we get caught up in the daily grind to achieve success. It seems as though it was just yesterday we were entering high school, unsure and nervous about how everything was going to be. Many of us were unsure of what to wear, what classes to take, how to balance our schoolwork, sports, and time for friends. But look at us now. It ended up being okay, and we ended up making it through the unknown. And before we know it, we'll be embarking on some new journey. We'll be going off to college or off to boot camp. We'll go on to start careers and start our own families. And who knows, someday we may return to this very gym, but instead of attending our own graduation, it'll be the next generation, our children and maybe our grandchildren. For myself and a few others here today, freshman year was not our first time going to school here at MVHS. The year was 2003, and I had just begun this long journey through school. Life was much simpler as a preschooler. We peed our pants in front of other people, we picked our noses in public, and we didn't care about what others thought of us. We had no worries, no thoughts of what the future had in store for us. We simply had fun with those around us and lived in the moment. Fast forward to June 9th, 2017, and here we are, graduating high school, ending one chapter of our lives and getting ready to write the next one. But why is it that we have to grow up and abandon the preschool way of life? There's no reason that we should push ourselves so hard to mature and take life so seriously as we grow older. Let's attempt to recapture the joy of life we experienced as preschoolers. Specifically, let's try to work on making time simply to breathe, relax, and enjoy the world around us. Now that we are accepted as adults in our community, it is time we take control of the choices that bring us joyful independence. We should no longer go on living a life that isn't for us. Instead of following a path that pleases others, live life for yourself. When you are on your deathbed, you're not going to care about how much money you made or how big your house was. You're going to think about all the happy times you spent doing things you love with the people you love. The thing that our society often fails to recognize is that all work has value. All work betters the world. And regardless of what you go on to do when you're older, you can go on to live a happy and fulfilling life. You shouldn't focus on pleasing other people. You should focus on pleasing yourself. Focus on living a life that makes you happy, whether that be healing sick children while working as a doctor, like Kate Markin, expanding humanity's reach beyond Earth, like myself, fighting for justice as a human rights lawyer, like Inda Dahlstrom. Or maybe you like the nightlife and want to work the graveyard shift stocking shelves at a store. Maybe you want to get your steps in every day while visiting your favorite neighborhoods as you deliver mail. Or maybe you're like Tyler Roki, who really loves garbage day, and you want to drive a cool truck around. There's no right job to pick. We're not robots. But maybe some of our mad scientists will find a career designing some that will serve us a soda while taking us to Mars. Matthew. Who you are is not defined by the work you go on to do. Who you are is defined by how you treat others and whether you make a positive impact on the world and people around you. As time goes on, do your best to find what you love to do, and then try and find a way to make money doing it. And don't forget to make time for yourself, to relax and live life in the slow lane. Stop and smell the roses every once in a while. Life is too short and moves too quickly for you to be stressed out. If you don't give yourself time to chill out every so often, you'll eventually end up burning out. As Ferris Bueller once said, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Take a moment right now. Look around. Smile at the person to your right. Hug the person to your left. This very well may be the last time that you ever see some of these people. The last time to share a smile. The last opportunity to hug your friends. The last time to tell everyone you appreciate them and are thankful for the time you got to share together. This is a time to hold nothing back. Let everyone know how you truly feel about them because, well, you may not get another chance to do so. This is a time for us to be emotional. It's okay to feel all the different emotions. It's okay to be sad, scared, or anything else for that matter. Remember, Gandalf said, "I will not say do not weep, for not all tears are an evil." And always remember that our parents, the staff, and community of Mount Vernon have prepared us for whatever lies ahead. Be thankful for what you have in your lives and who you have in your lives. I urge you to let go of worrying about past dramas. I urge you to let go of feeling anxious about what the future has in store for you. Live your life like a preschooler. Live your life trying to find the joy in every moment. Live your life striving not necessarily to be successful as measured by others, but rather strive to be happy. Strive to surround yourself with people you enjoy. Be the kind of person that radiates happiness onto others. We're all going to achieve some form of success someday. We're going to fail along the way. We're going to experience obstacles, loss, pain, heartbreak. That's simply the way life is. Conquer life one step at a time, one day at a time, one obstacle at a time. If we do our best to master each day, we will find that we have mastered life. I'd like to conclude with a quote I read by an unknown author. You have to take the good with the bad, smile with the sad, love what you got, and remember what you had. Always forgive, but never forget. Learn from your mistakes, but never regret. People change, things go wrong, but just remember, life goes on. Congratulations to the Mount Vernon High School class of 2017. Be proud of yourselves, good luck next year, and if this is the last time that I'll see some of you, I want you to know that I truly love all of you, and I'll be taking applications for my Mars colony sometime around 2035. Thank you.
Thank you, Caleb and Matthew. In honor of our special evening, our award-winning choir program is here to present Try Everything from the movie Zootopia. The lyrics of this song are perfect for our graduation ceremony as they encourage us all to step outside our comfort zones and never give in when things get rough. Under the direction of Ms. Mega Lazama, please join me in welcoming our Bulldog Concert Choir. Thank you, choir, for that amazing performance. Our next presenter, Mr. Merrill, is one of the biggest fans of each and every student here at MVHS. He has a passion and joy that is contagious and never fails to brighten the day of the students he encounters. As ASB president, I have worked very closely with Mr. Merrill over the years. It has been amazing to see his drive to make this school a better place and his willingness to listen to everyone who has something to say. Whenever a student has an idea for our school, he is always the first to listen and do whatever he can to help make it happen. Our school would not be what it is without him. Tonight, he will be accompanied by our LEAP Club president, Paula Moreno. Throughout her time as a Bulldog, Paula has worked tirelessly to advocate for the students at MVHS who are not always heard. Both of these individuals truly embody what it means to be a Bulldog and a servant leader. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Merrill and Paula.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and members of the class of 2017, first of all, I'd like to recognize a really special guest we have tonight. Marl Hurl from the class of 1934 is here joining us tonight. So could we give her a round of applause? I would like to thank you all for attending the 2017 Mount Vernon High School commencement exercises. In just a few minutes, and I know that they're really excited to do this, our graduates will walk across the stage and receive their diplomas to mark their graduation from high school. It has taken persistence, hard work, commitment, and dedication on the part of these students, and I'm sure they are ready to take the next step in their lives.
Quiero darle la bienvenida a todos los familiares y amistades, incluso a la clase del 2017. Gracias a todos por estar aquí con nosotros en la ceremonia de la graduación. En unos minutos seremos testigos de algo verdaderamente especial. La clase del 2017 caminará por el escenario y recibirá su diploma para graduarse de la preparatoria. Les ha tomado tener consistencia, determinación y diligencia para llegar hasta aquí. Estamos seguros que cada uno de ellos estarán preparados para la siguiente etapa de su vida.
Paula and I would like tonight to share a few things that we have learned about the class of 2017. The majority of these students in the class were born at the turn of the century and are part of Generation Z. If you're like me, you've probably read articles, have heard stories about the young people from Generation Z. They are often characterized as narcissistic slackers who stare at their phone screens all day and have little time for developing real relationships. They spend their time updating their Snapchat stories or Instagram photos, taking selfies, anything other than developing real relationships with others or making a real difference in the world. Today, on the celebration of the class of 2017, I would like to offer a counter-narrative to that story. Now, I may not be able to convince you that these soon-to-be graduates don't love their phones, but I hope I can convince you that they leave Mount Vernon High School with a great education and with the values that our community holds dear. Before school started, I asked the staff to identify the most important values that we would like to see in each other and within the students that we serve. The staff identified compassion and respect, honesty and authenticity, grit and determination, and intellectual curiosity and the desire for lifelong learning.
Antes de que el año escolar empezara, el principal de la preparatoria, señor Merrill, le preguntó al personal que identificara los valores más importantes que les gustaría ver entre ellos, al igual que los estudiantes. Ellos identificaron lo siguiente: compasión y respeto, honestidad y ser auténtico, valor y determinación y la curiosidad intelectual, al igual el deseo de expandir su sabiduría para siempre.
We believe that our values are tested when we face adversity, when the going gets tough and our mettle is tested, our core values become a source of strength or a foothold to get us over an obstacle. We have faced our share of adversity this year as a school and as a community. We have seen one of our beloved teachers, Rachel Hodson, wage a battle against cancer. Our former principal, Dave Anderson, with a serious health challenge. One of our own Bulldogs senselessly murdered in the Cascade Mall shooting. One of our city police officers wounded in the line of duty. And the death of a member of the class of 2017, Joel Marino Ramirez, way too soon. Through all of that, this school and these students sitting in front of us have taken care of each other and have held on to their core values to get them through the year, and they've become stronger and more tightly knit community because of it. Paula and I would like to highlight a few members of the class of 2017 who truly exemplify the values of what it means to be Bulldog strong. First, I'd like to highlight compassion and respect. Author Daniel Goldman has to say this about compassion and respect. Self-absorption in all of its forms kills empathy, let alone compassion. When we focus on ourselves, our world contracts as our problems and preoccupations loom large. But when we focus on others, our world expands. Our own problems drift at the periphery of the mind and so seem smaller, and we increase our capacity for connection or compassionate action.
Cuando no vemos más allá de las ocupaciones de uno mismo, nos cerramos en nuestro mundo, nos dejamos perder en el abismo de palabras, de problemas, solamente haciéndolos ver más grandes de lo que son en realidad. Si tomamos un segundo, un minuto, una hora o un día por mucho, en verdad apreciar y tomar compasión de las personas que están a nuestro alrededor, nos darían la oportunidad de ver las cosas diferentes. Cuando tomamos en consideración a los demás, en vez de uno mismo, nuestros problemas serán como el atardecer del día. Todavía estarán a la vista, pero muy lejos y deslumbrando. Con eso, elevamos nuestra capacidad para aprender a respetar por conocer a los demás y crecer como persona.
We have seen many examples of compassion and respect from the class of 2017. Here are a few we'd like to share. Jordan Bell exemplifies compassion. Whenever Jacob Boucher was having a bad day, Jordan would ask, "Jacob, why are you so sad?" When Jacob didn't know why he was having such a bad day, Jordan would remind him, "Hey man, we're seniors. We got to graduate soon." Jordan always looked out for Jacob and other Bulldogs while at Mount Vernon High School. One of our special education teachers said that the entire class of 2017 has exemplified compassion for our special needs students.
Eddie Garcia, he is kind, empathetic to everyone he encounters. He has a gentleness and friendliness to him that is very welcoming to others. Él es generoso y empático con todos. Él conserva una bella forma de ser, es amigable y generoso, que es acogedor para cualquiera.
Tanner Campbell is constantly concerned with the welfare of others in our community and across the globe. He is involved in a variety of projects across our community that highlight diversity and social justice.
Matthew and Inda Dahlstrom, they are models of patience and kindness towards all of their peers and everyone whom they come in contact. They welcome individuals from all walks of life and make them feel honored and appreciated.
Tristan Ney has become a very compassionate leader, friend, and peer to individuals with more significant challenges than he. For example, he is someone who looks out for and helps when stress arises with students Jacob Boucher and Tati Axdom.
Carlos Barajas, who is caring for everyone who seems to not be having the brightest day. He takes his time no matter what to make things better for you. He's also a young advocate who cares for the future of his community. He joined LEAP to extend his possibilities of ways to change in and outside of school for all. Él es cuidadoso con cualquiera que tal vez no esté teniendo uno de los mejores los días. Él también tomó parte de su tiempo para ayudar a los demás a tener un día mejor. Al igual es un joven oficial que le importa el futuro de su comunidad y es un miembro del club traducido Proyecto Educacional de Logros Latinos para extender su capacidad y hacer una diferencia en la comunidad como en la escuela, para todos.
Joseph Alejo is always willing to help a student in need. In research paper class, he opted to lead a small tutorial on APA when his teacher was busy helping students drafting and working on a different skill. He was willing to take time from his work to help other students.
Jocelyn Bruno and Rosa Mendoza, because they're two of the kindest and most compassionate students we have ever had. They have a true respect for themselves and our community. Plus, they'll always leave you smiling. Son dos de las más hermosas y generosas personas por su manera de ser. Una de las estudiantes con más compasión que hemos tenido. Y por seguro, siempre les dejarán una sonrisa.
Honesty and authenticity. Author Mandy Hale says this about being authentic. You'll learn as you get older that rules are made to be broken. Be bold enough to live life on your terms and never, ever apologize for it. Go against the grain. Refuse to conform. Take the road less traveled instead of the well-beaten path. Laugh in the face of adversity and leap before you look. Dance as though everybody is watching. March to the beat of your own drummer and stubbornly refuse to fit in.
Echando a perder se aprende. Si nunca tratamos las cosas y fallamos, ¿cómo vamos a saber lo que son las cosas en realidad? Así que no hay que ser conformistas. No se puede experimentar en cabeza ajena y tampoco tomar el camino más fácil. Hacer cosas que nos hagan descubrir cosas nuevas de nosotros, pero más importante es ser honestos con uno mismo. Y siempre tener la cara en alto para tratar las adversidades que tenga el camino. Sonreír a la vida sobre cualquier resultado que tenga, bueno o malo. Y nunca olviden quién son en realidad. No dejen que la opinión de los demás los intimida. Sigan adelante con su forma de ser, que al final eso es ser auténtico.
We have a number of students from the class of 2017 who exemplify what it means to be authentic and true to oneself.
Jesucita León Palma is one of the most sincere and humanistic young women we have ever had at Mount Vernon High School. She states her mind, and listens to others. Ella es sincera y humanista joven que hemos tenido en la preparatoria de Mount Vernon.
Andrew Nunez exemplifies honesty and authenticity because when given the opportunity, he will tell his teachers what he needs in order to access learning. He writes with heart-wrenching honesty and authenticity, pushes past obstacles in order to achieve the goal of graduation, and plans to serve our country in the Army after graduation. His honest grit, hard-fought success, and authentic determination inspires many Bulldogs, including me. Andrew had 0.5 credits as a sophomore first semester, yet now he is graduating with his class on time because he refused to give up.
Shamare Ford is an authentic individual who doesn't care to try to be like anyone else. She embraces her individuality. In fact, she has been known to walk out of class when she felt that she was not being respected. Shamare is empowered to speak her mind and share her perspective even when others disagree.
Chris Linnell always says what's on his mind. He knows who he is, who he wants to be, and is not ashamed of anything he doesn't have.
Angel Camarena is an honest person. He speaks the truth respectfully, without fear of what people might think of his opinion. Es una persona auténtica que dice lo que tiene en mente, en forma apropiada, sin temor de lo que dirán. y mantiene firme su postura en su opinión y no teme hacer lo que tenga que hacer para probarlo. Lo más importante es que es honesto con sí mismo, sin importar lo que los demás piensen o digan de él.
Nina Fast is authentic, honest, and most of all kind. She is true to herself and has been a genuine, caring person in our classes and community in her time at Mount Vernon High School.
Juan Carlos Rocha is honest and an individual who carries himself as a free spirit and doesn't try to fit in, and is also very kind to all who crosses his path. He gives his all in anything he sets his mind to, no matter what.
Grit and determination. Author Julie Lythcott-Hames shares the following about grit and determination. Sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do, but you suck it up and do it anyway. And that's what teaches you humility, work ethic, responsibility, and follow through.
El fracaso de hoy no es la determinación del futuro, mucho menos implica la capacidad y logros de él. Poder seguir adelante sobre el desenlace de previas acciones define el poder de tener el valor para lograr lo imposible a largo plazo. Al mantener la determinación, el enfoque absoluto para el éxito. Es la enseñanza de los principios que uno sea humilde, la ética y la responsabilidad.
We have a number of members of the class of 2017 who embody grit and determination.
Alondra Lopez, because she has gone through so many personal and family hardships, and yet she remains grounded, thoughtful, creative, and one of the most insightful students I had the privilege to teach. Ha pasado por suficientes cosas personales y familiares que ha sido difícil, pero aún sigue adelante con la frente en alto enseñándonos que sí se puede.
Daniela Burnell Hines. Daniela is a tremendous role model for her peers and for the staff at Mount Vernon High School. She demonstrates an amazing ability to laugh at herself, learn from her mistakes, and persist when times are tough, all with a genuine smile on her face.
Florecita Gomez Guzman may be quiet and small, but her dreams and her attitude are big. She is tenacious and goes after what she wants in life. Será callada, pequeña, pero sus sueños y actitud son enormes. Y es una persona firme y va por lo que quiere en la vida.
Alondra Dominguez has overcome ADD and an intense fear of audiences by working with her individual teachers to find alternatives to traditional learning, all while maintaining her smile and sense of humor.
Israel Alanis has found success despite frequent life changes and challenges. He has chosen a path that allowed him to demonstrate his full academic prowess. Ha encontrado éxito a pesar de las adversidades y cambios que le da la vida. Ha escogido el camino que le dejará demostrar su potencia completa académicamente.
Emma Sherwood has overcome some impressive obstacles to make it to graduation. Her family was homeless for a while during her junior year, but we never heard a complaint from her. She was always in class smiling, willing to put in as much effort as necessary to succeed. This year, she stepped way outside of her comfort zone and played a role in the fall play. We are so proud of Emma.
Dulce Salas Payares has forced many challenges in her life so far. She has had to go on a severe reduced schedule so that she can work the maximum amount of hours to support her mother and her siblings. She has stuck it through to the very end and is graduating. It would have been very easy for her to walk away from school her sophomore year and not return. Instead, she laid in a plan and had met all her requirements to graduate. Ha sido desafiada por momentos difíciles. Ella ha tenido que reducir su horario escolar para poder trabajar horas extensas y poder ayudarle a su mamá a mantener a sus hermanos. Ella siguió con sus estudios a pesar de eso y se va a graduar con su clase a tiempo. Hubiera sido muy fácil dejar sus estudios, al igual trabajar por tiempo completo. Al contrario, fue flexible y estableció un horario que le ayudó a trabajar y mantenerse sus estudios bien. Con esto, ella acumuló los requisitos necesarios para graduarse.
Carlos Godillo exemplifies grit and determination because he refuses to give up or quit school, even when faced with a life-threatening illness. Even more, he attends class every day with a smile and joy for life and the opportunity to learn.
Kayla Angulo, who has been challenged at an early stage of her life by an illness that we still ought to find remedy for, managed to leap through all those hurdles and become a strong, successful person in every aspect despite the scars left behind. She was given a second chance at life, and she's definitely making the best out of it. Her accomplishments from being a coach of a soccer team, making it through 4 years of high school without quitting, and yes, representing her 49ers gear all over a campus full of Seahawks fans.
And then our last value we'd like to highlight is lifelong learning. Author Brian Tracy states, "Those people who develop the ability to continuously acquire new and better forms of knowledge that they can apply to their work and to their lives will be the movers and shakers in our society for the indefinite future."
Vale más saber alguna cosa de todo que saber todo de una sola cosa. Aquel que aprende de la vida y constantemente busca formas para extender su sabiduría y aplicarla a su trabajo, esos son los que le darán vida al futuro.
We have a number of members of the class of 2017 who constantly fan the flames of their curiosity and demonstrate a sincere desire to learn.
David Delix Silverio, in 2 years, has grown in French throughout his reflections, deep questions, cultural comparison. En solo 2 años, ha ejercido demasiado en su clase de francés, con consideración, reflexiones, preguntas y comparaciones de cultura.
Elizabeth Urban's work goes beyond the 4 walls of the classroom. She digs deep and looks at all available angles and perspectives. She doesn't stop until she's exhausted all of her resources. She believes learning is fluid and is always willing to open her mind to new ideas and new concepts. She's also willing to take advice and criticism. She uses the advice to better her skills and is always willing to deepen her learning.
Lucy Miller is a learner because she speaks up when she doesn't get something, and then she is willing to sit through the process no matter what until she gets it, really gets it. One of her teachers stated, "Lucy makes me feel like a real teacher."
Royce Gibson is the epitome of a learner. His supreme intellectual curiosity is exceeded only by his genuine desire to apply what he learns to become a better person. Who else but Royce would travel to England to research the Battle of Hastings for his culminating project?
Logan Moldenhauer and Emma Hutchinson exemplify what it means to be a learner because they embrace even the most challenging of texts to improve their literacy. They create tools to better their understanding complex texts and articles, and make the learning experience of their own peers even more accessible and positive by sharing their knowledge while asking nothing in return.
Inya Kasinachik is graduating on time. Inya arrived at Mount Vernon High School on September 11th, 2014 from Ukraine. She could only smile, yet she persisted at learning English and will graduate with over 42 credits.
Maria Fernanda Solis, who has overcome any situation that finds a way. She managed to get things done instead of an excuse. She makes bad situations into good in a short period of time. She continues to make life great over the challenges it throws at her. She's a fast learner who doesn't give up no matter what. Sobre cualquier situación, siempre encuentra una solución y no una excusa. Ella logra convertir las situaciones malas en buenas en segundos. María continúa a hacer la vida mejor sobre cualquier adversidad que tenga que pasar. Es inteligente y aprende rápido, pero más importante, nunca se da por vencida.
The truth is, we could go on and on about gushing of the members of the class of 2017. Sure, these students may love their phones and may post a few pictures on Snapchat, but they also exemplify the values of compassion and respect, honesty and authenticity, grit and determination, and curiosity and passion for learning that we extol at Mount Vernon High School. After watching these students grow and mature over the past 4 years, I have no doubt they can all be successful. Class of 2017, thank you for all of your hard work, your dedication and spirit. It's been an honor to serve you as principal, and good luck in all of your pursuits.
Y la lista continúa, solamente son unos de tantos. Y aunque hoy estarán recibiendo su diploma para ejercer en su futuro, ellos tienen las características de comparación y respeto, honestidad y auténticos, valor y determinación, curiosidad y pasión para aprender, que después de verlos crecer durante los años, no hay duda de lo que puedan lograr en la vida. Así que, gracias a todos los que nos acompañaron en esta noche. Felicidades y suerte, la clase 2017.
Part of being a leader is to always surround yourself with people that are smarter than you, and the fact that Paula can come up here and switch between Spanish and English just like she did is pretty amazing, so thank you, Paula. And now we're about to get the show on the road, so I would like to introduce the leader of Mount Vernon School District, my boss and mentor, Dr. Carl Bruner.
Thank you, Mr. Merrill, and thank you, Paula. On behalf of the Mount Vernon School District and our Board of Directors, I'd like to welcome each of you here to tonight's commencement ceremony and to extend my personal congratulations to our Bulldog class of 2017. While our focus tonight is, as it should be, on our graduates, I want to take a moment to lend my voice to those who have recognized the family members, friends, staff, and other adults here tonight who have played significant roles in supporting these young people along the way. So graduates, please join me in giving it up for your supporters. Okay, my comments will be brief, but I do want to give you something to think about along the lines of what Mr. Merrill and Paula shared. There was a guy named David Brooks, who is an op-ed columnist for the New York Times. And David Brooks talks about two sets of virtues that determine our success in life. He calls these resume virtues and eulogy virtues. Resume virtues are the knowledge and skills you bring to the workplace. They capture what you have done and what you can do, your professional and technical competence. In the coming years, you're going to spend a lot of time and effort developing your resume virtues, and that's as it should be. Your knowledge and skills gained through academic and job experiences matter a lot. And in most cases, your resume is what gets you an interview. However, once you are in the interview, the science of first impressions takes over. Matthew, a social psychologist at Harvard named Amy Cuddy, has spent years studying first impressions. She's found that the people we meet focus first on answering one question, and that question is, can I trust this person? They actually arrive at a conclusion within seconds. Only after that do they turn their attention to the person's competence and abilities. Now, Cuddy is in Harvard's business school, so she deals with primarily about how all of this applies to the workplace and careers. But the same applies to people that we meet in social settings. When you walk away from an interaction with someone you've just met with either a positive or an uneasy feeling, that is the science of first impressions at work. Trustworthy is an example of what Brooks calls a eulogy virtue. Caring, compassionate, positive, honest, and generous are other examples. While your resume is about what you've done and what you can do, eulogy virtues are about who you really are, what defines you as a person, your inner character. They're what draw people to you. At the end of the day, regardless of your career trajectory, these virtues will determine the positive impact you have on people when you're around and how you're remembered after you're gone. So, in the coming years, as you work to become accomplished in your chosen field, remember that it's your character defined by your eulogy virtues that really matters most. Again, congratulations on your graduation. Best wishes for a happy and fulfilling life in the years ahead. Now, Dr. Coffey and members of the Mount Vernon School Board, as these students have or are expected to meet or exceed all state and local requirements for high school graduation, it is my pleasure to recommend that their diplomas be issued at this time. Ushers, please come forward.
Caleb Thomas Lovinger. Matthew Dean Giles. Molly Bridget Wilson. Paula Stephanie Moreno. Charity Catherine Ackerland. Jesus Angel Aguilar. Israel Alanis. Abril Alarcon Mendoza. Lupita Alatorre Rocha. Joseph Sanchez Alejo. Rodel Jr. Alonso. Ian Edward Anderson. Kayla Tiani Angulo Rocha. Feliciano Jesus Arce Villalobos. Miguel Angel Ariano. Jimena Ariano. Roberto Arenas. Andre Hermo Asistido. Brandon Hermo Asistido. Nathan Atkinson. Josue Avila Bazante. Esmeralda Aviles. Fernando Aviles. Jose Aviles. Tatiana Ray Axthelm. Eric Misael Baez. Sarah Lisa Banurol. Amanda Clarissa Baldwin. Michael Eric Ballesteros. Carlos Daniel Barajas Garabé. Cynthia Riseda Barajas Jimenez. Jared Allen Barrett. Courtney Lane Began. Jordan Malik Bell. Isaiah Christopher Beberina. Daniela May Bernal Hines. Sean Bloomfield. Chris Michael Bond. Jacob Riley Boucher. Moses Ivanovich Boyko. Hannah Christine Brayer. Riley James Bridges. Abigail Madeline Brown. Jocelyn Bruno. Brant James Burris. Daisy Bustos Jimenez. Angel Camarena Garcia. Angie Camarena Alatorre. Eleni Carrillo Ramirez. Nayeli Castellanos. Kevin Steve Castellanos Herrera. Ruth Elizabeth Castro. Anaid Castro Cardona. Nicholas Christopher Cerisa. Alexis Jose Cervantes. Teal Rocco Chilcote.
Jacob Francis Krishner. Jacqueline Cisneros. Zachary Brian Cleave. Aaron Clevenger. Lydia Holland. Cassidy K. Colton. Angel Contreras. Anna Corriga. Mario Alexander Izagiri. Logan Michael Cosert. Alex Scott Couch. Jewel Ann Couture Boyce. Samaine Covarrubias. Daniel Alexander Crandall. Noelia Cruz. Alfredo Cruz Menceno. Indira Rosalba Mayorga Dahlstrom. Matthew David Mayorga Dahlstrom. Zachary Allen Dalsig. Josh Daniel. Austin Lee Darnell. Jason Datsky. Nick Davidiuk. Kyle James Davis. Erica Lynn Denham. Jack Thomas Diamenti. Ivan Diaz. Ruben Diaz. Lisette Sarii Diaz Sanchez. Alondra Marisol Dominguez. Zachary William Thomas Douglas. Brenda Duran. Clarissa Guadalupe Duran Valdez. Quinn Amundsen Estep. Mitchell Grant Factor. Roberto Daniel Fajardo Chavez. Olivia Jean Farrell. Ahmed Farouki. Angelina Mary Fax. Micah Lamone Ferguson. Jonathan Figueroa. Michelle Naeli Figueroa. Shamade Gabri Ford. Jake Andrew Fortuna. Aiden Joseph Ryan Foxley. Amy Jane Frederick. Bryce Henry Fredrickson. Alexis Hafet Garcia. Brenda Denise Garcia. Kimberly Garcia. Sergio Garcia Mesa. Miriam Garcia Hernandez. Miguel Garcia Ramirez. Gerardo Garcia. Irene Gaspar. Royce Telford Gibson. Miguel Angel Gomez Maclovio. Minerva Gonzalez Gutierrez. Pedro Antonio Gonzalez. Yasmin Gonzalez. Jose Gonzalez Bazante. Daisy Gonzalez de Leon. Jennifer Janine Gonzalez. Edwin Raziel Gonzalez. Huerta. Carson Scott Goodman. Carlos Gordillo. Uziel Filemon Gordillo. Madison Green. River Hawk Greenwood. Aide Alejandra Guevara Martinez. Kaylee Alexandria Hanger. Avendea Eric Hansen. Chandler James Sanderson. Elisandra Hernandez. Noemi Hernandez. Urban Uriel Hernandez Lopez. Eduardo Alberto Herrera de La Paz. Emily Jean Hines. Draven Kane Hodgins. Amber Nicole Hughes. Emma Rose Hutchinson. Jessica E. Hyatt. Ana Mariela Ibanez. Michael Josue Ibanez. Josue Ibarra. Antonio Ignacio de Dios. Eddie Diane Jacobson. Nicole Leanne Jallo. Faith Anne-Marie James. Kaylee Marie Gerald. Hayden Lee Jenkins. Jada Taylor Jenkins. Rebecca Marie Jensen. Bryce Robert Jones. Dalton Owen Urunderson. Glenela Aspen Julian. Ursula Kinnikinnick Callahan. Antonina Kaparchuk. Vlad Kaparchuk. Ina Kasanchik. Aiden James Kelly. Shay Brianne Kendrick. Ryan
Alexander Kennedy. Rachel Lynn Curley. Amanda Rose Keene. Kella Canary. Jack Kenneth Kingma. John Kiesel. Jessica Faye Lonergan.
Nathan Benjamin Klein. Karen Leal Garcia. Taylor Donovan Lear. Jacqueline Ann Wabat Lillette. Jesucita Leon Palma. Brooklyn Sarah Liberato. Whitney Lindquist. Kyler James Livingston. Samantha Bree Lazat. Zachary Michael Logue. Alondra Natalie Lopez. Jasmine Belen Lopez. Jonathan Lopez Lucero. Lizyarid Lopez Vasquez. Alejandro Lucas Alvarez. James Michael Malcolm. Neil Xavier Manalo. Catherine Michelle Markin. Victor Alexander Marquez. Monisha Andrea Martin. Eduardo Martinez Yanez. Pedro Alonso Mateo Alvarez. Joshua James Maurer. Echo Elise McGinnis. Robert McKinnon McPeak. Anne-Marie Grace McRoberts. Jacqueline Medina. Armando Mendez Mateo. Cosby Mendoza. Ronaldo Mendoza. Rosa Mendoza Feliciano. Jaldi Joseph Merritt. Richard Logan Moldenhauer. Kaylee Nicole Moore. Beatrice Morales. Gabriela Rocio Morales. Miguel Angel Morales Zamora. Tanya Jenalee Morales Padilla. Michelle Vanessa Morones. Yanin Adamarie Romero. Brandon Munoz. Justin Lee Mustafa. Jasmine Mackenzie Myers. Jackie Rose Nelson. Cheyenne Nicole Ney. Tristan Ney. Skylar Marie Nicholson. Dan Nyman. Andrew Nunez. Emma May Oates. Guadalupe Giovanni Ojeda. Sienna Elizabeth Olson.
Fernanda Oropeza Ramirez. Blanca Maria Orozco Becerra. Moses Pacheco Medina. Cody John Packer. Ruby Mailing Paget. Madison Anne Marie Pedersen. Olivia Lorraine Peterson. Marcelino Parrea Lopez. Mary Rose Pineda. Blaine David Plessner. Ray Ponce. Asia Raquel Prado. Veronica Renee Pratt. Esteban Ramos. Chloe Annalise Rauber. Evan Alfredo Reyes. Jennifer Reyes. Brenda Olivia Reyna. Roslyn Reynoso. Spencer Raymond Ricketts. Alexis Rivera. Cassandra Alexis Rocha. Juan Carlos Rocha Gonzalez. Hannah Margaret Soyan Rochelle. Jose Antonio Rodriguez. Jennifer Romero Lopez. Tyler Orafuya Roque. Jaime Guadalupe Rosas. Stella Cayu Ross. Eduardo Gilberto Sayenes. Corey Stephen Sager. Dulce Salas Payares. Jessica Christina Salazar. Daniel Sanchez. Jared Sanchez. Janet Sanchez. Jose Emmanuel Sanchez. Karina Sanchez Guillen. Jared Alfonso Sanchez Guzman. Jackson Gordon James Sanders. Alberto Santa Cruz Llamas. Hector Santa Maria. Jonathan Santano Valdovinos. Jennifer Santiago Flores. Calvin Michael Schleppy. Catherine Grace Scott. Hannah Claire Shu. Avery Jane Schutza. Angelina Senyo. Daniel Serrano Garcia. Gerardo Serrato Herbing. Qui Christopher Saylor. Emma Ann Sherwood. Drew Patrick Shipman.
Crystal Ciañez Celis. Samantha Marie Silver. Prab Singh. Dustin James Slaybaugh. Nicholas Rashawn Sokol. Maria Fernanda Solis. Seth Kennedy Sofer. Edgar Guillermo Soria Mondragon. Erica Sotelo Salgado. Francisco Alejandro Soto. Stephanie Marie Soto. Jacob Tyler Spute. Tatum Christina Sprouse. Shannon Ashley Stevens. Candria Grace Stingley. McKenna Rose Stingley. Alexander Robert Stung. Penelope Suazo Perez. David Telix Silverio. Kenya Teles. Teresa Tenorio Perea. Randy Talent. Cooper James Tobiason. Ismael Torres. Angelina Marie Torseth. Levi Malachi Tucker. Elizabeth Kelly Urban. Brandon Alejandro Valle. Elsa Vasquez Lopez. Estefania Vasquez. Miguel Vega. Manuel Vela. Panfilo Velasquez Hernandez. Savannah Irene Verdugo. Brenda Victoria Reyes. Mindy Villegas. Brandy Lynn Vincent. Savannah Rita Marie Harmony Walsh. Caitlin Kari Ware. Christopher David Weaver.
This is a pig.
Christy Kieran Westmoreland. Damian Levi Wheatcroft. Malik Elijah Wilkins.
Emmanuel Isaiah Williams. Susanna Carolyn Lillian Williams. Emily Ann Woods. Aiden Morgan Wiles. Martin Alexander Wyman. Nathaniel Michael Young. Daniel Zavala. Julie Zavala. Ulysses Zavaleta Verdeja. Jenna I. Zhang.
I would like to invite Ryan Kennedy, Senior Class President, up to close us out.
Teachers and staff, you guys get to leave first, lucky you. But before you go, I want to give you all a huge thank you on behalf of the graduating class of 2017. You all are truly exceptional in your kindness, acceptance, patience, selflessness, and passion for getting us all here today as the best people you knew we could be. From the big teddy bears like Stromer, who from day one never fail to brighten your day, to the gentle Miss Marl, who will make every individual feel cared for and loved, to Miss Lazama, who, if you don't know her, isn't exactly the most lovey-dovey person, but she was able to take all of her seniors and line them up and say something very meaningful and powerful about each one and make us feel like she knew us our whole lives. And that was really cool. To Mr. Fisher, who took his class to the roof of the school and totally blew up the way I saw it and taught me a lesson I will never forget. The point in this is to say that these teachers and staff, more than just being the people who stand in front of us and boss us around and try to beat us equations into our heads that they know we're going to forget as soon as we take the test, more than that, you have treated us like real people. You have taught us to see the potential in ourselves and have taught us to do as you guys have, to love well. But now, seeing as the tables have turned and I'm the one up here giving instructions, teachers, you are now dismissed. To all the community members, friends, and family who came here to support us tonight, thank you. Your support along this wild ride has made it worth doing. I'm not going to talk about you guys as much because we get to live our whole lives with you, but thank you. We love you. And now, to the graduating class of 2017. A few words. You guys are amazing, man. It's hard to say goodbye. This class is so accepting, so kind, and VHS has taught me the power of unity and standing undivided. And we've had some really tough times, but we've made it through together as a class. I found a home with the crazy cross-country runners, the high-flying ballers, the smart kids, the preps, and the choir nerds. But what I've learned is that no matter what type we present ourselves as, we are all the same people underneath. We are all part of a Bulldog family together. Up to this point, we've been kept together by being forced to go to the same school. But now, as we turn the tassel that marks our passage into adulthood, we will choose to stay together because of the bonds we have formed and the love we've developed for each other in our time here. So seniors, it's time for the end of the ceremony. So everyone, please stand. On three, we will turn our tassels. 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Scher, will you play us out?
okay.
You got the mic? Oh, there it is.